Hi, my name is Harry Klesham. I work in sales here at Cisco Meraki, and today I'm joined by David Owens from EVERYANGLE. So, David, good to have you in.
Thanks, Harry.
Thanks for coming in. Today we're going to be talking about how many of our Meraki customers are utilizing our cloud-managed smart cameras, the MV, as a way in which they can interact with third-party applications such as EVERYANGLE. So if I actually make a start, David, could you give those viewers an understanding as to what EVERYANGLE actually does?
Absolutely, yeah, great. So EVERYANGLE are a new Cisco Meraki technology partner and also a Cisco ecosystem partner. And what we do is build computer vision applications for customers across a range of industries, retail, manufacturing, modern workplace, and beyond. And we work exclusively with the Cisco Meraki MV platform. And the computer vision applications that we build essentially help customers understand more about what's going on in their business and make better business decisions on a daily basis.
Fantastic. And so for those watchers that perhaps aren't familiar with Cisco Meraki or indeed need a refresher, we are the cloud networking group of Cisco. And we've made our name in enterprise networking and security products. And what we've done with the MV Smart Camera is we've kind of partnered our best knowledge of networking security, but we've segued into physical security. And so with these IP solid state storage cameras, in effect, what we're allowing people to do is not only just utilize the feature sets and capabilities that exist within the camera themselves, but we're allowing people that are after a bit more customization to essentially utilize an API that will extract some of the data that these IoT sensors are able to obtain. And so with that, they can then make more informed business decisions with better insight and more valuable analytics. And one of the unique and compelling things about Meraki is that you're able to manage, configure, and administer all of your hardware from a single pane of glass, which is known as the Meraki dashboard, the GUI application that we're known for. Now, let's take the opportunity to have a look at the dashboard, show you a couple of things to do with the cameras, and then we'll hand over to David as we show you how both of our platforms integrate to add more value. Great, so what I've done here is I've jumped into the Meraki dashboard and I've logged into the website and I can see a organization. This is a live in production Meraki organization. And what we're actually looking at here is 3 live networks, one of which emulates a retail environment, the Cisco store. So I'm going to go ahead and click into that. So once we've done that, we're actually looking on a network view specifically. So we're no longer looking at multiple networks. We're just looking at our one retail store. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and click into the cameras. And from here, what you see is we have 13 online MV cameras. One's dormant at the moment. We've got a combination of different models. So we have fixed lens indoor MV12 cameras, as well as the 360-degree fisheye lens known as the MV32. And what's great about the MV32 is that it continuously films 360 degrees. So it's not as if you're having any blind spots with this camera. Now, I'm going to go ahead and wind back the clock because we're looking at US time. And so once we've done that, you can see there's a couple of people in the store here now. So I won't go into too much detail about the native capabilities of the MVs. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the MV settings. MV Sense, and Sense in particular, is the tab that you'll want to navigate to start to integrate APIs with third-party applications. Now, from here, as default, Sense API would be disabled as standard. All you'll be tasked with doing is clicking Enabled, and then you see some more information become available where you can add an MQTT broker. Great, so at this point it probably makes sense to hand over to David, who's going to talk you through how we then go from this page here to integrating with EVERYANGLE.
That's great, thanks Harry. Yeah, so setting up the MQTT broker is super simple, and you'll see on the screen where you're prompted to enter 4 additional pieces of information. Just to clarify, that's information that will be supplied by EVERYANGLE when you're ready to go and actually set up that MQTT broker. I think it's worthwhile at this point just to give a little bit of an explanation as to how do we actually do what we do leveraging the MV Sense API. You'll see the graphic which is being displayed now. We basically give you a flow of how this works. So on the left hand side we have the MV camera, which is obviously the IoT device that is gathering the data. The MV-Sense API is the secure communication methodology that allows us to be able to extract that information from the camera. We then store that in a customer-specific database instance on Amazon AWS. And so what we do is we use the different sensors on the camera to identify different trigger events. So that could be motion being detected, a person walking through a door into a retail store. It could be audio being picked up using the onboard microphone. It could even be using the onboard light sensor to detect a sudden or rapid change in light levels. And when any one of these different trigger events occurs, we then use our application together with the MV-Sense API to extract an image snapshot from the camera. And that image snapshot is then taken to AWS, where we store the image, and we then parse that through one or more different computer vision machine learning algorithms. In some cases, we will just use our own proprietary EVERYANGLE machine learning or ML algorithm. And then in other cases, we'll also use one or more different third-party machine learning algorithms. And so once we finish doing all of that analysis, what do we then deliver to you as the customer? Well, we deliver alerts, live real-time alerts. We deliver business intelligence dashboards, and we also deliver virtual assistants. So what we're looking at now is the EVERYANGLE retail intelligence application. Retail is a really useful place to start because we cover off a number of different environments and deployment use cases.
So let's assume that we're looking at a single retail store, one branch here. How would somebody utilize this particular portal to make certain decisions in the business?
Bricks and mortar retailers have very limited information about what's actually going on in their store. You know, at the moment, they typically have very standard footfall counting systems, and then they look at, reports that they get from their point of sale. What we're able to do here is not only tell a retailer who is coming into their store in terms of entrances and footfall, but we're able to give a breakdown of gender, of age range, and also even emotional state. We've got store overall traffic. We've broken that down under ladies and men's, different departments within store, because this is based around a fashion retailer. Bounce rate is also really interesting on the left-hand side. That's the percentage of customers who enter and exit the store within a certain period of time that is too quick for them to be able to complete a purchasing transaction. So equally with conversion rate then for ladies and conversion rate for men's, that's the percentage of customers who are entering the store who are going to that particular area within the store. You'll see in the bottom left-hand corner, we're showing a live count of shoppers in store. That's, as a data point, also really interesting for hospitality venues and things like that, where for insurance reasons, there may be a maximum occupancy count that they can have in a building. Dwell time, really important KPI for retail. Generally speaking, the longer that your shopper spends in store, the higher their transaction value will be. And then you can also see we're showing the average transaction value, the ATV. And that is delivered through an integration with the retailer's point of sale system.
Okay, great. So let's say somebody's got an MV camera already. They're interested in the technicals. They like the commercial offering. How does somebody actually reach out to Meraki and or EVERYANGLE to get their conversation and use case moving?
Yeah, well, I think what's great from what we showed earlier on is that, technically it's simply a question of actually setting up that MQTT broker, getting the API key in place, and your app will be live within 10 minutes. But in terms of having that initial conversation, if you already have some cameras, then I would just encourage you to reach out to your Meraki account manager or to your Cisco partner. If you don't have any cameras, then equally still reach out to those same 2 points of contact, but now you're simply requesting a trial of some camera kit, as well as a free trial of the EVERYANGLE apps.
Yeah. Great. Well, I think that covers most things. Obviously, the idea of today's video was just to give you a high-level overview and introduction to the way in which Meraki is working with third-party applications such as EVERYANGLE. So hopefully we've given you a good taster. All that's left to say is, David, thanks so much for coming in today.
Thanks, Harry.
And I look forward to working with you in future. And please do reach out. We're going to have some websites and material for you to follow up with after this video. Thanks a lot.